Elon Musk and his father are despicable human beings with no moral compass. The Musk family of devils are South African apartheid supporters, so it should come as no shock to anyone that they are extremely racist. If you think Elon is bad, just look at how bad his father is.
Is America, in the next 20 years, will become for the first time in its history a minority white country?
Well, that will be a very, very bad thing to happen. What is it? Do you want to go back to the jungle, or?
If the US becomes a minority white country,
Yes.
so there's Latinas, there's blacks, there's people from all different races make up the majority, and then, you know, it could be 48% white people. Do you really think the US is doomed if it goes under?
Yes, it goes under there.
Seriously?
Yes, of course. You see, if you take South Africa, we have a small white population that projects European culture, or what we learned from Europe.
And oppressed millions of black people.
No.
For decades.
How do you oppress? We gave them work, we fed them. They grew from a tiny little group into a massive group. That's not oppression, that's feeding them. Do you understand? You only grow big if you get fed. You only start at 800 and become 50 million if you get fed. We fed them, for crying out loud. You know, enough with this nonsense.
But so you understand, because the black population was so oppressed under apartheid.
Well, we never saw this oppression you're talking about.
You never saw it.
No, I never saw it.
Yeah, but because you're white.
How do you oppress? We gave them work, we fed them.
How do you oppress? We fed them. Let's get back to the we fed them stuff. During colonization and apartheid, 1870 through 1994, over 90% of the economic wealth was flowed to the white folks. Under 10% reached black South Africans. In Africa, black folks in Africa had 10% of the wealth in South. What? Never saw this oppression, huh? Apartheid legally reserved almost all opportunities and wealth for white South Africans. Key impacts was white South Africans, 10% of the population controlled 85+% of the land and the wealth. In the early 1990s, black South Africans were restricted to low-paying jobs with no path to advancement. School funding was unequal. White students got 10 times more government funding. Generational wealth was denied to black, colored, or Indian communities. The result of all this was South Africa still has one of the world's highest inequality levels, much of it inherited from apartheid. That work he was talking about, yeah, that was the work from the gold and diamond mining that had huge profits. But the question is who did it profit? What was it profiting? Because the black South Africans were barred from owning mines. They paid extremely low wages, prevented from living with families in mining towns, forced into migrant labor system, excluded from skilled positions by law. But we see who made billions. We see who made billions. Remember, black workers did all this work that was just enough for them to survive. More so, survive and then get back to that work that you was just so proud about. Lastly, by the time apartheid ended in 1994, white South Africans, 10% of the population, owned 85% of the wealth. Black South Africans, black folks in Africa, 75% of the population own under 5% of the wealth. This is the clearest indicator of how little wealth flowed to black communities in South Africa. Come on now.
Elon Musk's father showing right here is the mentality of the European colonizer, which is they think that they are God's gift to earth, and it's upon them to what they call civilize other peoples, no matter how much they have to kill, steal, rape, all the atrocities that they have committed across the world. None of that matters, because to them they are God's gift to earth, and it's their destiny to do this.
Musk is deleting people's tweets who point out FBI-proven data about white people committing crimes. This is farther proof that he does not care about free speech whatsoever. He cares about pushing his own narrative. So here's what got deleted. She says, despite making up only 28% of the USA population, FBI data shows that white men are 55% of kidnappers, 56% of rapists, 58% of mass unalivers, and you get the point. There's the rest of it. She says this tweet got deleted without any explanation whatsoever. It's because Elon doesn't want us to see the truth. For those who don't follow him on Twitter, he is constantly posting about how black people are committing crimes against white people and that white people are oppressed. Here's the issue. These numbers are coming from official FBI data, so it's not an opinion, it is a fact, and Elon Musk is actively suppressing the truth. This should worry all of us. Elon Musk claimed to take over Twitter because he wanted to spread the truth and free speech. Everyone should be able to say whatever they want, but that's not been the case at all. In reality, he's the one that's getting to pick and choose what gets to stay on his platform and what doesn't, and obviously he's choosing the stuff that fits his own narrative. People have the right to see this data and know the truth and not be brainwashed by racist people on Twitter.
Elon bought Twitter so he can use the fourth branch of government, also known as the media, to spread his propaganda to people en masse. When he's not crying about immigration, he's retweeting black crime porn on the timeline all day, while he completely ignores any white crime that's posted on Twitter, which shows that there's clearly a motive here. The modern day white male either complains about problems that they created.
Long investigation, we found allegations that Errol Musk, who's the father of Elon Musk, had abused 5 of his children and stepchildren. The Times does not identify the children, but we're able to show how they fit into the Musk family. Errol Musk has been married to 3 different women. His first marriage was to May Musk, who is the mother of Elon Musk. Over the years, Elon has been very vocal about saying that he's estranged to his father. And then after they divorced, he briefly remarried a woman named Sue. And then after that, he married Haida Marie Musk. She had already had 3 children from a previous relationship, and they had 2 children together. The first allegations against Errol actually surfaced in 1993 in South Africa. His stepdaughter, who was 4 years old, accused Errol Musk of touching her inappropriately. After those allegations were made by the stepdaughter, there was a police investigation opened, but as we understand it from family members and other sources we've talked to, Errol's wife at the time, Haida Marie, decided not to pursue criminal charges. About a decade after those allegations, Elon Musk actually moved the family out to Southern California where he was living, and what we saw was pretty quickly that whole situation started to unravel. The same stepdaughter that Errol was accused of molesting, she essentially said she caught him sniffing her underwear in her room one day. The family called the police. A restraining order was issued against Errol Musk. Sources and family members have told us that they told Elon Musk about this, about what his father had done, that Elon was upset, and that he eventually sent his father back to South Africa. And what we understand is that Elon also tried to keep the rest of the family in Southern California with him, where he wanted to take care of them to keep them away from Errol. That plan did not work out, and eventually Errol's family, Haida Marie, his children and stepchildren, they all also moved back to South Africa. After the family goes back to South Africa, Haida Marie and Errol, they got a divorce. We get to 2009, and that's when another disturbing allegation pops up. So the same stepdaughter filed a protection order here against Errol Musk, basically alleging that he kissed her inappropriately. And the judge did eventually grant a temporary protection order against Errol Musk to stay away from his stepdaughter. What family members told us is that Errol sort of remained in and out of his stepdaughter's life. A few years later, according to his former stepdaughter, they had 1 child together. Family members say Errol was actually always around, and his stepdaughter was even calling him dad still when this all happened. But the allegations don't end there. In 2023, family members reported to the police that Errol had sexually abused his son that he had with his former stepdaughter. The police tell us that there was an investigation into child sex abuse, but that prosecutors declined to move forward with the case because of insufficient evidence. We've also picked up in some of the records we reviewed that there are allegations that Errol Musk also sexually assaulted his 2 daughters with Haida Marie and his stepson, but we were not able to find out anything about the nature of those allegations, and the 2 daughters declined to comment. None of these allegations ever led to an arrest or a conviction of him. These allegations of sexual abuse have not really stopped Errol from how he's gone about his business, how he's championed various business ventures using the Musk name. He says that all these allegations that he abused anyone are nonsense and rubbish.
Why is it that every time someone's outed as some rabid racist, either they or someone related to them comes out as some like weird guy who's into near pedophilic shit. Like, what is? I mean, it's not surprising, but it's just like you're this way, and yet you have so much to say about everyone else. It's amazing.